Welcome back, our lovely salties. On today's episode, we'll recap our weekends. We just can't seem to stay out of the news, and the Olympics are helping us get through those NFL withdrawals. Then, on our Saltbox topic, dredging has begun just in time for busy season. And of course, we'll wrap up with everyone's favorite, our beaches tide check, to keep you in the know of all of our local events. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to get a little salty with us. It's not worth putting in a fancy cup.
Yeah, Hoosiers do have cans.
I have a Hoosier can today.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I can't say that I had a lot of cans up in New England when I lived there, but since moving down here, I have to tell you I prefer them.
You're
So
going to tell me, you're going to sit here and tell me that you didn't have one of those things right outside your garage door that you put the can in that you crushed
in New England, no.
anywhere. Illinois? What?
No, I didn't really live in Illinois during my adult life. I was 19 when we moved away.
From your childhood. Yeah. You didn't have
No,
a can crusher in the garage?
no. My dad is not a beer drinker, and I would be for a box of wine for my mother, so that would not be necessary.
I guess your parents didn't buy as much pop as my parents did.
Well, we did have buy a pot, but I think my mom was more into the 2-liter
So you
bottle.
just didn't, oh, okay, I was about to say, so you just didn't recycle. That's what it comes down to. No,
Probably not back then.
it's funny because I will not judge. We lived in California when I was younger, and from that point, like early 90s, the recycling was already mandatory in
Yes,
California.
yes, it's
They
progressive
brought in, like,
there.
there were different recycling bins, and like
Yeah,
you had
yeah,
to you better do it right. And so then I guess by the time we moved back to Missouri a few years later, my parents had just kind of adopted it. And I honestly think my dad enjoyed going to the dump or the recycling center, and he just liked hanging out. I don't know. So we always had bags of cans, just
I love it.
bags of cans. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think, and I think Florida's still trying to figure out what recycling is.
I think, does it make me feel like I'm trying when I put
Because
things in
they
the blue?
certainly have not figured out emissions. Did you have to do emissions testing?
Yes, up in Missouri.
Yes,
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 yes. In
yes.
Illinois, we had to do it. In
Yeah.
New England, we had to do it, but not down here.
No, no, it's
No one asked. Don't ask, don't tell. It's
that's
the
because
policy back
climate
down
change
here.
doesn't exist in Florida. So last
Yeah,
I heard, they told us. So
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's
So
just,
anyway, we're coming off of somewhat of a long weekend. It's President's Day today.
yeah,
So
it's still
sometimes
going.
we do Florida things when we have an extra day built into the weekend. Not that
Yeah.
I don't usually work the weekends, but nonetheless, it usually gives you an extra day to pause before you have some sort of meetings or something. And so I got to hear you went up to
Yeah.
sponge capital of the world, or Greek, a very strong Greek capital of the world in Tarpon
It,
Springs too.
I guess it's little Greece. Like it literally
Yeah.
kind of domes itself that. And Tarpon Springs has these historical sponge docks. And so when I guess there was an influx in Greek immigrants, they set up there, and coming from their marine history back where they're
Yes.
from, they already knew how to do this. And so the fact that the sponges, I guess, are so abundant up in that area, maybe they still to this day farm them, so, or I guess fish them. What would the word be? Harvest them.
Grab
Um,
them, take
Rip
them,
them out of the seafloor. So,
catch
but
them.
yeah, okay, catch them, kill them. Okay, calm down.
Yeah. No, it's like SpongeBob. When you have kids, that's all you can think of is SpongeBob.
Oh, see, I know nothing about that.
Yeah,
I
that's what
mean, I
you think of. It's
know I'm not an idiot. I know what
no,
SpongeBob
no, no, no,
is,
of
but
course.
like
But that's just what you
someone
think
could
of.
say someone could say a line to me, and I would just blink back at you like, "That's nice." Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, you would just go to all the characters. I'm sure that they do very well with SpongeBob
Perfect. Well, it's good to know they're still around.
paraphernalia up
I
there.
mean, we haven't moved on. I guess it's just a classic. So,
It
but
is a
yeah,
classic. It
we
is
took,
still very relevant, and it's
we took plenty of
sometimes in a
that.
house of 3 kids, you find those shows that all of them like, and that was one of them.
Oh, was that one of the Precious where they could all agree?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they could all
everybody.
agree to watch it. Yeah.
There's a couple
Exactly.
movies my brother and I would be like, okay, deal. You know,
Yeah.
sure. Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, children took our flat Avery child, which my sister-in-law is so funny. She's like, how embarrassing is it that you're carrying on a cutout of my child?
Right.
It's like,
And
yeah,
never mind a flat child
on a stick. Yeah.
on a
Because
stick.
we found that, it was easier to take photos with her if she
It
was on
is.
a go stick or
Of
whatever.
course it would be, right.
You know what? We should have bought an actual selfie stick. That would have been great. We just picked the stick up off the ground because, again, we're Gen X and
That's right.
millennials.
That's what we do. No, you wouldn't spend money on that. No, that's not
No,
what we do.
Scotch tape, she's fine. So, but we took her up there, and it's Saturday. It was gorgeous. Everyone was calling me a
It
liar
was so
towards the end
pretty.
of the week that it was not going to be 80 degrees, and it
There were
was
definitely areas that were 80. It was pretty
yeah.
magnificent.
Oh, it was beautiful, and it was so busy out, which again we're so happy to see. But I do want to go back when it's not as busy. It was
Yeah.
you would have thought it was like Easter or
You're
I
going to
don't
probably have
know.
to wait till October now.
Actually, the Epiphany. That's the other thing they're known for up there. I
Oh,
was like,
yes.
is an
Yes. Yeah.
Epiphany happening today? Like, why? What is everyone out here? And then I
Yeah.
remembered it's Valentine's Day,
Hmm. And a long weekend. So
and
people, yeah, a lot of Tampa folks and Orlando folks
there was a
spent the
lot of
weekend.
family out there. But it also seemed like the only people that got tables were Greek people. No, I was kidding.
Well,
And they probably have been there for 4 hours.
they know the code. They know the secret
Sitting
code.
at these tables, and I'm like, man, I got the good table. And it's very like European cafe where they have the little tables outside and you have to
Yeah.
walk through the sidewalk and you know, which that was much. I don't know if I could sit on that sidewalk when it was asses to elbows, just
Yeah.
constant. The waiters couldn't even get through the crowds to get to the tables.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think a lot of that probably, I don't know. I think a lot of those landscapes changed, or the parameters of how they do business from COVID too. That I think all of them figured out a different way to add tables. I mean, and that was in Europe too. When we were in Ireland post COVID,
Mhm.
and they had just us. We were in was it December? Was it December that we were in Ireland, and so it was chilly, but
Mhm.
they had it all set up outside, very similar to the tables that you're talking about now. My ass didn't want to sit outside, that's for sure. It was Florida ass couldn't handle that. But nonetheless, they had people that would like bring blankets with them even there. So that's probably a little bit more post COVID that happens, but
I thought
that's
that
cool.
Netherlands where they keep their babies outside and like they're the healthiest freaking humans
I
alive on
know.
earth, right?
Yeah.
But all I can think about is your husband. Whatever happens, she cannot get cold. I cannot feel her
That's
cold. I
it's
cannot
actually
feel
like, so I mean, yesterday it was so cold. You and I were
it.
talking about how cold it was, and I like did not. I woke up this morning not feeling well because of it. So
Oh
it is.
no.
I can't handle. My blood is way too thin, I guess. So
You
I don't
should have
know.
crushed a couple more cans in your youth. You
I
probably
should
had more.
I should have I
Your
should have rolled
immunity
around with
was
a couple more
higher.
pills or something. Yeah, I know, right? And I was the time girl growing up where I was doing all the boys stuff too, but yeah,
Yeah,
not in
well,
my later years.
apparently. And just crush them on your head. Whatever. They make machines for this as seen on TV. So
That's right.
no, but it was great. So we finished up some adventures and we are actually preparing our project to mail back. So that
I
stay
love
tuned
it.
for that. We also had to get some trinkets because she's going to do like a presentation. And so
Oh,
I
good
was like,
for her.
I
That's
got
so
rid of like
sweet.
science project, like mirror, like stand up
I
cardboard.
love it.
And then I'm thinking, you're an idiot. Like, how are we going to mail that? And so I
Yeah.
was like, just keep it
Just
simple.
have Pam do it. Pam.
Bam, you please
Just
do
have
it.
Pam. Just call Pam and have her do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So that was good. And then honestly, not that we're the worst, but we kind of forgot that it was Valentine's Day, which I know there's going to be people screaming at the screen right now if they're watching and be like, Caitlin, your nails are literally Valentine's Day.
Right.
I also forgot until what? When did I see you? Like 12 o'clock yesterday? That I didn't have to
And
work
you didn't have to
today.
work today. Yeah, that's
And I
right.
remember grabbing you like the movie
You were so
Billy
excited.
Madison. And I was
Yeah,
like,
you
that
were
is
so
the best
excited.
news. I was like,
Yes.
oh my God, you're right. I don't have to work
Well,
tomorrow.
not only were you excited, but then you were like, game on. It was like,
There's a
okay,
major change. Yep. There's a different vibe today. So
There's
yeah,
there's a vibe today that you're feeling.
possibilities are
There's a
now
vibe yesterday that
endless.
you're feeling today.
Yeah, the possibilities are
Hence,
now endless.
hence full circle as to why Caitlin has a can right now. I
I do.
told
I
her she
drink
was a
a lot.
Diet Coke, and she said that nope, I'm a Pepsi girl.
Okay,
So
it is. I will say these little zero sugar ones that they figured out now in the last what
yeah,
10 years. I don't know.
yeah,
They're not bad. They're
they're
not
not
bad.
bad.
They have to be ice cold, which I guess now I do sound like a diet cokey.
Yeah, you do.
Ice cold.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Oh,
you
it
do. It's got
does.
to have
But other
ice.
than that, we really didn't do much. Hung out in John's
We
Pass
went
yesterday.
to Friendly's on Saturday night for.
You guys love
It's
that
like
place. I
oh my
love
god,
that.
I love that
I
place.
love that you love that. Yeah.
I love this one area too, and like my parents had come down to the jet ski business, and they were like, everything is so busy. We don't know what we're going to do tonight. So Michael got home. We quickly got ready. And then we
Mhm.
were like, let's just go to Friendly's. And we were able to get a parking spot in the parking lot. So I knew that was a good sign.
That's a
And
good.
then we went ahead and there's a bar area that you can sit, not at like the tiki bar area, but that other where we were sitting that one time, that bar
Yeah.
area that overlooks it. And you can just see the most beautiful sunsets. I swear my pictures don't look real to me when I look back on them. So we went there. They had a special for Valentine's Day. So Michael got that because he's all about getting the food special. As he says, if a chef is going to put it out, you need to try it at least. And of course, that leaves me with getting just typical
Show
burger.
some
So
respect. Yeah.
yeah, he got it. It looked amazing though. I mean, he was like, they are not charging enough for this. This is good. But then you start pricing yourself out. So and then my parents ended up coming in and getting dinner as well. So,
Yay.
yeah, so it worked out well. So we did that. And then Thursday night, we weren't going to go out on Saturday night because we were afraid it was going to be too busy. So we went on Thursday night. And so we hit our other favorite place, which is VIP
Oh,
in
nice.
Treasure Island.
Nice.
And that's just never a good idea to go there in a lot of different reasons because every sip of margarita that you take is like a shot. So
I knew you were going to go there. People were like, oh my God, why would you say that? I'm like, because they are
oh
strong.
man,
Oh my God,
Diet
they're
Coke
so
was
strong.
happening on Friday, that's for sure. I mean, I don't.
You know what? There's something about the dark caramel color caffeine. I need it. We were talking a little bit about recovery drinks, which apparently is a topic now we talk about. We talk about
Yeah.
Powerade, Pedialyte, whatever, but I don't know. I don't really crave a pop unless I need that. I need that.
No, that's it. That's the only time. I mean, when I first moved here, I drank quite a bit of it. Now I drink only water purposely. 'Cause A, I know it's healthier, and B,
Don't
if I
even keep them
really
out.
want to stay hydrated, you got to drink water. And then C, I'm not getting any younger, so I know it's good for everything about me. But yeah, that's when I pull out a can. If you ever see me drinking a Diet Coke, you got to be questioning what's going on in my life.
Well,
So
either that or mind your business. Yeah. Don't ask any questions if I
got nothing to say about it, then don't say it at all,
I'm
right?
not drinking. Don't even think about it. Right.
Don't even think about it. Don't
No.
even think about it.
God
So,
bless
but
him.
yeah.
I know I showed up a little salty last night, and he was oh so patient with me. He just kind of laughed it off a little bit, and he only gave me a little bit of a hard time this morning about how you feeling, champ. So that with the
That's all they need to say.
I
That's
had
all they need to say.
yeah, was it Chicago? She had it coming, so it's
Yeah.
fine. It
And
was
that's all they need to say. That's enough acknowledgement. Thank you very much. Let me move on, please. Thank you.
at
Thank
least I
you.
didn't
Thank you.
fall. I tend to fall apparently, or run into like tables or things like that. That's always fun. Countertop corners are also a favorite of my
Yes.
apparently. Um, I don't know. So we're fine. We're
We're
fine.
good.
Everything's
Everything is
fine.
good. Everything's fine. Nothing's a problem. We're good. We're
Oh
good.
no, one more thing I wanted to talk about before we get into our Saltbox topic. I was amiss that last week I totally forgot to bring it up. Shout out again to the Reddington Salon and Spa. I get my facials treatments there. Her name is Jill, the esthetician. She's amazing. But they have a new product, and it's a 24 karat gold facial.
24
And
karat.
24 karat gold, Bruno. Right. So, amazing. I could not say enough good things about this product. Like, they're
I
not,
love that.
nobody's paying me. I just want to spread the good truth. Plus, it was kind of funny because at the end of it, she took a couple pictures and it's so sparkly and pretty, and she paints this, she actually, they put this stuff on and then they lay 24 karat gold foil on you, like
Which
it's
is
ridiculous.
crazy.
It's ridiculous, but
Oh
trust
my
me,
God, it's like such
I'm
personal
not
privilege,
paying
but I
thousand
love it.
dollars for a facial. Okay, I'm not that girl, so I enjoy a good treat yourself day. But trust me, you could afford it. Okay, everyone can afford it. To me, it's under a couple of $100 for 24 karat
That's
gold
okay.
and laid on my face like Cleopatra. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes,
So
please.
that happens, and then this like really thick, like almost mask is put on, and it sparkles. I swear, it looks like the surface of the moon or something, and it's gold. It's beautiful. And then right after you take it off, I have never, my skin, it literally felt like suede. It was so smooth. It was
Like a
amazing.
baby's ass.
A baby's ass, man. No, seriously, with dolphin skin, like just
Ugh.
glass. Like I cannot, and it's not the collagen masks where you're seeing that are viral, where you take it off and it's immediately like shiny. Like don't
Yes.
get me wrong, there
Yeah,
was,
I don't love that.
but it was just I couldn't stop touching it. And then I thought, stop touching yourself because you're gonna make yourself break out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, right. Your skin's very vulnerable at that
Oh
point.
my God, it was amazing. So then afterwards, I was like, what is in that besides gold? That stuff is amazing. And she's like, all right, you want to see something? And she showed me the tub. Sorry, Jill. Spoiler alert. It is powdered Australian sheep placenta. Yeah. Yeah. Which, speaking of rich people things, I'm pretty sure like rich people keep their placenta in the fridge and like take a thumb of ginger like it and put it in their shakes in the morning.
Yeah, from their baby.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
or like they're a milk.
Yeah, I think that that is
I've seen like four housewives do that for sure on Bravo. Like,
yeah, no.
my only like thought is now that I'm like fully need to have these in my life all the time. I hope that the sheep. Isn't it ridiculous that I don't want them slaughtered just for their placentas? Like, if they're gonna make something else,
Well,
like
maybe it's from the baby's placenta when they have their babies.
there you go, circle of life, perfect. Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean, that would be what I would say,
because I was like,
but
oh
I'm just
God.
making stuff up at this point. I mean,
No, in my brain, you're absolutely right. You're
okay.
absolutely
I
right.
mean, I did have grandparents that lived on a farm, but
Yeah. They wouldn't kill it just for the placenta, though. Like,
no. No,
right?
they I mean, they would.
Right?
No.
I
Well,
didn't mean to
not
get
in my
morbid.
brain.
No, no. It's just whenever they birth. That's why it's
No,
so
PETA would
special.
be all
Right?
over that.
Yeah. PETA. Right. Yes. And Australians, I mean, they seem to be, I don't know, their moral compass seems a little stronger than ours. I'm sorry. It's
I
like,
think so.
they really don't put up with shit. Like, we're a little Wild Wild West over here. Like, I don't know. They don't
They
eat
do put on a pretty spectacular firework display for New Year's. If you ever watch Sydney, it's like,
yes,
who's
eat your heart
blowing
out.
up? I mean, it looks, I mean, you could, if it didn't have sparkles and it didn't have different colors toward the end, you would almost think there's a war going on, for God's sakes, the way they light up their sky.
Pretty much. And I always like hope for them that the wind is blowing the right way. Because it's like,
Yes.
get out of the way so we can see
That's
like
key.
spots, you know?
I would imagine that they probably look at that.
You know, they probably rent those giant like Beyonce fans and just.
They probably do. Or the J-Lo fans too. Yeah.
Well, speaking of global worldwide domination, thank God we have the Olympics. I didn't realize how abruptly every year the
Every year
football
that it just
is
ends.
just gone. It's just gone.
It's just gone.
It's gone into the wind. And
Into the
so,
wind is right.
and I'm happy for all of you basketball, b-ball people that are very excited about March Madness. I don't care. Sorry.
You are
So
from the Midwest. You have to care.
I'll play a bracket. I'll play, I'll gamble. You know me. I like to gamble a little bit, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's hard to, well, when you are so absorbed in one thing,
Mhm.
it's hard to shift it a little bit. So
My
I
dad,
get that. But yeah, it's
played high school basketball, but we
now
were
it's just all trade rumors because they try and get it done before draft day. So now it'll be who's going, who's coming, what coach is getting hired, which one got fired, and now it'll just all be tried to be put in place by.
we were just talking about Tyreek Hill being like,
Yes,
oh,
yes, my middle child sent a meme that showed Tyreek Hill's next uniform, and it was a jumpsuit. So
no, not little Tyreek.
I know he seems so innocent.
I saw a funny video where he was like, and I didn't fully understand, but it's like looking for his next era, and he's like trying to sing, and it's awful, and he's like, oh, never mind, back to the field, and like that makes more sense now. So,
Never mind, back to the field. So,
well, he could always just be humble and come back home and do the right thing and try to get another Super Bowl with the people that you got there the first time with. But who knows?
who
Money
knows?
wise, right?
Who knows
You're
if they want
money.
him?
He's got to be a good chunk of money. So when you're thinking
Yeah,
about,
who knows if you want him? I mean, that's why he left for a good chunk of money, right?
yeah, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's why he had to have left.
Oh, he did. Oh no, he definitely
Yeah,
did. Yeah, no, he definitely left to go to Miami for that. But at the same time,
I
this
didn't
is
get him
why you
anywhere.
talk about you forget what it's like not to win when you win a lot and for
Yep,
multiple years in a row
that's
with the
right.
same team. You forget what it's like not to win. And so
Exactly.
I don't know. He had a couple years not to win. And I didn't mean to throw the witchery out earlier, right? Where I'm like, I want it to hurt. And then next thing you
Yeah,
know, you're like, oh my God.
I know. I know. I don't think that was bad karma. I don't really think Kansas City's season is your fault, just so you know.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Woo, weight off my shoulders, right? You hear that, boys? Not my problem. No, I was kidding. Oh my God.
Oh
So,
my god. Okay, so what do we got as our saltbox topic today?
the Saltbox topic, I actually am so glad you asked because I want to bring us into this. So, our girl Stephanie, tag team back around. You were on the news
Oh,
about
yes.
our Saltbox topic.
Yes.
Tampa Bay
Yes.
28, which we will make sure to post on our social pages for you good people to take a peek. As a business owner in Johns Pass, they actually interviewed Stephanie along with Dylan Hubbard as a fellow business owner, and then I guess a woman named Cheryl that has
Yeah, from New
a history of
Hampshire.
coming down annually,
Yeah,
and she
Daryl from New Hampshire.
did agree that the water looked a hell of a lot better this year. So
Yes.
that's going for us. But they were able to ask you about the importance and the excitement of basically these
Yeah.
dredging projects officially beginning in Johns Pass that we've been talking about for years.
Yeah, I mean, the dredging project was on the radar. I'm gonna say probably back in 21 or 22. There were Dylan Hubbard ran this campaign essentially in Johns Pass about saving Johns Pass, and although my business wasn't being directly impacted, I always say it's like, I'm a small business, so I think of it as like a mall, and Hubbard's Marina is an anchor store, and when you don't have the anchor store, it doesn't support you either. So it became something that we got behind as well. But the amount of people that need to, not people, the amount of departments in the
Entities,
state,
right?
and entities that need to get behind the actual dredging to happen, and then the funding
Yes,
after that, because that has to be budgeted. It's not like they can be like, cool, we got a line item that's pretty hefty right now. They got to budget it for a couple of years. And so, I mean, this is like Florida DEP, Army Corps, FDOT had to be
yes,
involved. The
God,
county
right.
did, the state did, the city had to be involved. And so, um, we were interviewed just to see how it was going to impact tourism, but probably, I mean, it's still very much a hot topic this year going into this season because we're coming off of year 2 of post hurricane. And so that became more of my conversation. I mean, I wouldn't pretend to be the expert in dredging to talk about it eloquently to a certain degree on a 30-second news segment, but I could talk about the impact of the tourism. And so I think, as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, that it's going pretty well. So we're pretty
Yeah,
happy with it. As long as the weather's good, everything is good. So, but the dredging that they're talking about is in Johns Pass,
yeah,
and I saw a social media post about it today, and there was a whole bunch of questions, and understandably so. Down by on the, I guess, the southwest side of Johns Pass, underneath the boardwalk, to the west, or if you're looking at it to the right of where Hubbard's Marina is,
yeah.
and underneath Bubblegum Shrimp, underneath Hooters, down below by the parking garage, there is a beach.
Yes.
And there are, I mean, I've been coming here long enough and have lived here long enough when it was actually a functional beach, but
That's
it's
crazy.
never been a safe functional beach.
No, no.
So, I mean, the current that can happen in that area, I mean, I saw someone put like, this ain't the Bahamas, people. Like, this is a massive waterway to the Gulf of whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Oh,
And
yeah. Gulf of choice.
Gulf of
I obviously gave mine. Go ahead.
Gulf, Gulf of bathtub,
Did,
right?
did I show my card? I showed my
Bath-
card. Sorry. Gulf of choice.
So, and it's very dangerous. And so you'll see families, understandably, that they're hanging out at the pass and then they just want to go hang out at a local beach. And no doubt that most of these people from the northern, everything north of Florida, that beach is better than every damn beach they would ever go to north
Oh
of
yeah.
Florida.
Oh yeah.
So I don't blame them for wanting to go and just sit on that beach because they're like, nothing wrong with this one. I know you got white and sugary and powder over there, but guess what? This one's just fine. And I can go get myself a beer while I'm sitting on this beach. And I can't do that over there. So I get it,
I know, but
but
I'm
it
not
is
making
so
that face.
dangerous.
I'm making this face like this because
This is so
here's my
dangerous.
thing. The amount of signage now warning people.
Yeah, someone
And
put
there
that on
is
social
no,
media.
this
Why don't
is
you
the
put up
law.
a sign?
This is
It's
the
like
law, but there is
clearly
no
nothing there.
way
Yeah,
that you can miss these
you
signs.
can't. You
And
can't miss
even
it.
coming from the Midwest, a lot of the Midwest are rivers. There's rivers,
Yes.
and those currents are hella strong. And you know damn well you wouldn't take Tyler, Jaden the third, with you down to the riverbed. What
Yes.
the hell would make you think you can see the water moving? Now, my other thing is that it gets really wide there at certain tides, right?
Yes.
If you want to put the chair on the sand while you can, all the way back and not have your toesies hanging in, I guess that's your prerogative, Deb.
Yep.
But at the same time, children, children, when there's that many signs, uh, I cannot defend. I'm sorry, but
No.
I cannot. Because as a parent or a guardian or a babysitter or a nanny or an aunt or whatever, you're in charge of those children's
Yes. They
well-being.
don't know. They don't
And
know.
but there's signs. There's
Yeah.
signs. I don't
Yep.
care. I really like anytime I see a family there or anybody letting their young children run into the water down there, I almost want to scream.
Yes.
I almost want
Yeah.
to scream because it's just so
It's so
preventable.
dangerous,
We'll talk about childhood drownings, unfortunately, to get real dark, is so common, unfortunately, especially in Florida because there's
especially in
different
Florida.
versions of water, including swimming pools. There
Yep.
are more signs on that beach than I would say at least 4 of our public beach accesses on the Gulf combined.
Yeah. Yep. It's bad. It's really bad. I mean, people talk about like riptide conditions, and that area right there is,
Oh my
it's
God.
not called riptide, but it essentially is just this whirlwind of a tide that it is
Yeah,
so dangerous. And if you have
so
anything but
dangerous.
perfect conditions, it's really dangerous. So they're going to eliminate that. That's one portion of it. They're going to
Sure.
eliminate that beach and dredge it so it's a little bit deeper as hurricanes, natural erosion, and
Correct.
just actual constant movement coming in and out of that area has made that passing through to be less footage than it needs to be. And it isn't always like, what you see as tall up doesn't mean it needs to be that tall below. We only need it to be, 15 feet all the way through, but it's got to be that way all the way through, and it's just
Yeah.
not right now. So it's it's to restore everything. It just helps like local businesses. It's a project that just needed to happen for just safe waterway conditions, more importantly. And then we learned last week that Madeira Beach is going to. I mean, so where are they going to put this sand? And
We're going to reuse it because
you
it's
guys
not
have been
contaminated.
really big, salty fans to us, then you would know that we've talked about sand and what does that mean and what do they use with sand that goes on the street and is it contaminated? And and
Yes,
it
we
is
were
contaminated
rejecting
if it goes
things
on the
again.
street, but they're going to reuse that. And yeah, exactly. Pop, pop, pop. They're going to take that sand and put it over at the new property
Yep.
and use that to help build up, because they have to build. They know already that they have to build that land that is there 6 to 8 inches minimum in order to structurally be into fall under the guidelines of what FEMA sets forth. So,
Right.
and they said that was going to save them over $1 million with the
Yes, because
project.
they were talking about with the transportation of the sand. Originally, the state was going to have our this project take the sand all the way to Lakeland.
Yeah,
And I guess there's a depository there or something or
I
of
don't
that
know. It's
kind.
Lakeland. I'm sure
Well,
there is.
oh, right. Plus, along with the transportation cost of it and the gas, you have to pay to deposit it. So it's like, you pay per, I don't know, per pound, I
Yeah.
assume, maybe like the dump. So it's saving $1 million in transportation uh, costs and almost $1 million, I think I heard, in the depository fees
Yes.
then. And so by getting the state or entities to agree to allow us to keep the sand right here in Madeira, you're right. The 555 150th property, 4.6 acres, we're going to have about 6 to 8 inches that are levelly graded there for the elevation, which I think is great because then it's going to save us money on not having to buy the sand.
That's right. That's
Right?
right. Which seems crazy to have to buy sand, but hey,
It
we
is.
all.
You know what I even thought? So to send back the Flat Avery project, I wanted to get something little for all of her little classmates. And I thought,
Oh,
well, I could go get little bottles and I could like fill up little sand. And then I
I
thought,
love that.
number one, next thing you know, I got some Karen on the beach yelling at me for taking the sand from a state park or some shit. Okay. Number two, I'd have some parent whose kid popped open the sand back in Missouri and has an allergic reaction to whatever the hell is in it. And then my family's in trouble or I'm in trouble. And so henceforth, they get glass figurines. There is no sand going
I
back.
mean, because then we'd also have to empty the tequila bottles.
Well,
I
at
mean,
they just give you those little sidecar patrons. And I thought, how
yeah,
would you just put the sand right in there?
yeah. I mean, that I might have to take one for the team and just empty some of those too.
No, but see, I
Okay.
was even thinking, I'm like, listen, they're old enough that we don't have to consider like really bad choking hazards, right?
Yes, right.
But just think about they're still young enough to eat the glue. So if I have a kid that just like pops his bottle open and takes it to the head, I don't need that.
How
I'm
old is
gonna,
Avery?
she's so God, I hate you for putting me on the spot. She
Sorry.
will no, you're fine. She will be 6 in March.
Oh, yeah, they are little then. Yeah,
She
they're
will be
little.
6 in March.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got little sister that might put something in her
Oh,
mouth.
yeah.
But she's 3. I mean, I don't know. I just my nieces are different. They're little people. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, they grew up fast, but all of a sudden you turn around and this is what will happen is that they do so many grown up things that you're
Yeah.
like, they're so wise beyond their years. And then they do one thing that you're like, yeah, they are just 6 years old.
Yes.
I
Well,
mean,
and I will
that
say
happens
this,
all the time where we're like,
because
she is
Avery's
only
born,
17.
right? That's true.
It's
Yeah.
just, that's what I mean. It just happens. And everyone kind of feels that you just kind of muscle through life like that. But yeah, and I don't think we fully even understand completely the project because we don't know how they're getting the sand
No,
over yet, right?
but we asked, the question was asked actually at the last conversations with the mayor meeting, which we went to last week, and someone said, to get this sand off the project, is it going to be dredged and then
I'll put
what's
on
the
a
word?
barge.
Barge since
That's what
the
I was
other
in.
property,
Then I was
right,
like
is on the
envisioning
waterfront.
this like kind of like the cement trucker, right? Like shooting it out. But I don't know.
Or is it going to be dredged up onto the land there, the parking lot, and put in trucks and taken to it? And actually, that was one of the questions that the mayor said she was going to look into getting clarification for. So, unfortunately, good people, as of Monday, we have not gotten back to that topic and we don't have any clarification, but stay tuned because we will figure it out. I saw a couple dump trucks on Gulf Boulevard, but there's so much construction going
Yeah,
on
who knows what it is
elsewhere.
more. I
Who
don't know. We
knows?
do need to find that out because then that would definitely interrupt the pass with the huge barge. Or they would do it early in the morning because that's when all those projects get done. But yeah, it'll be interesting. But
Well, maybe
nonetheless,
they would
it's
transfer it at night. Who knows? Maybe they
yeah,
would do it at night. I
yeah,
doubt it. I doubt that they're
yeah. I
going to
doubt it too.
water at night. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it'll, there's a multiple things that I think will be interesting. A, how they do the project. B, how they handle the project in the middle of it.
yes.
C, how they complete the project. And D, how many bodies they find during the process.
Girl, we were talking about that at one of the meetings, not with the mayor, but just kind of like, we wonder how many bodies they're going to find.
Yeah,
And
we were guessing. Caitlin said one in a hand.
one in a hand. I said a whole body and a hand.
Well, John Levique's hand had to have gotten cut off at one point.
Actually, I want to change my final answer.
Okay.
A hand or foot.
Oh,
Or
you're
foot.
not picky.
No, just completely intact. Yeah.
Some sort of extremity you want to find.
It would just help the cold cases if like the fingerprints were still intact, but that's too much. We can't ask for that. So
no, it would. Nancy Drew and you would want that to happen. So
yeah, and given that we're at Heaven's waiting room, then chances are the person probably has a podiatrist that would have their foot records. No, stupid. Okay, anyway. Oh, God.
I mean, the chances are,
duh, right?
Someone that's hanging out that hasn't been found, that's been reported lost, and we haven't found them in years, most likely goes to the doctor all the time.
In our luck, it's the pirate from Family Guy that all of his extremities are wooden pegs. If you remember that guy that hangs out in the back of the bar, yes. He's got wooden arms and legs. Oh my God.
Yeah, if they find anything, it'll probably be some of those people that used to live on the islands over there, Illinois Island.
I was going to say drugs. I think they're going to find some drugs that have fallen off a boat or washed in. You know what I mean? I would say
they would be very wet drugs, but yes.
Oh, but like the bricks that are like.
There's no way they won't. There's just no way. I mean, what is it like post COVID? The mayor of Tampa went down to Key West and she was freaking fishing. And she thought she caught a fish, and she caught a freaking kilo. The mayor of Tampa.
Love Tampa, right? Yep. Yeah.
It's hysterical down in Key West. Well, that's where they have those. They talk about the shark cocaine, right? Have you seen any of those specials?
Oh Jesus! Is this where the sharks are like coked out of their minds and frenzy? Yes.
During Shark Week, I watched it. It was fascinating. I mean, I kind of believe it.
Why would they not get addicted to it? They'd be like,
did you see that movie with the bear, that guy? I mean, that was a little...
Okay, bear, stop. No. Trent tried to make me watch that, and I was like, no.
Oh, I watched it. It was hysterical, and that is so not my comedy.
Change the channel.
That is so not that is not the genre that I like any of that, but I thought it was so funny.
Did you lose a bet or something with Michael?
Too. Yeah.
Okay. Did you lose like a Rochambeau or rock, paper, scissors or something, Michael?
I don't know. I think I was built it into spending family time or something like that. It was like, come on, we're going to watch it as a family. And I was like,
what? As a family? Did we forget that she's 17? No, I was kidding.
No, it was probably 2 years ago. So she was probably 15. So whatever. As Michael will say, we've got to teach her everything before she goes out into the real world.
She is going to be one of the most grounded people, though, that go out to college. I just remember no less than 20 Catholic school girls on my dorm floor, and they were crazy. Number one, they were already doing crazy things.
Yeah, and because they had not seen anything. Yeah,
of their school uniform and mommy and daddy's thumb.
Yes.
They're crazy. I mean, I was just a poor public school girl. Oh my goodness, clutching my pearls about these freaking skirts around here doing crazy shit. So anyway.
I get it. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. So to be continued with the dredging process.
Yes, we'll keep you posted. We'll figure out how they're transporting it because I do really want to know. So.
I'm sure people really want to know.
Yeah. And then, so before we let you guys go, we have a quick beaches tide check for you. Don't want to throw too much your way because we are over halfway through February, especially considering it's a short month. So we only have 12 days left.
It's a shorty. And
you're going to need it, people. You better rest up because spring break, I was going to say the season is here.
We're about ready to really take off, I think.
And there's a lot of things going on in March. So we just wanted to keep it light for you today. So yeah, tell the good people.
Yeah, so we've got the Madeira Beach market. That's every Wednesday. from like 10 to 1, 10 to 2. It's really grown in size. And as they like to say, it's back on the block. So it's back on Madeira Way. It was over by City Hall, and it's now back over Madeira Way. So that's really exciting. And then really, then we have Village Friday, not this Friday, but the following Friday. So the 27th is when it happens. And there'll be, Bamboo will have some good music going on. They'll have the center stage right there in the middle of John's Pass underneath the by Delos's, right by where Caddy's Scully's is. And then Tiki always puts on an acoustic version, the Tipsy Tiki down on the east side of Boardwalk. They always put on an acoustic version, which is just a great way to kind of wind down and end your night. So that'll be February 27th as the Village Friday happens. And I think that's pretty much it for right now.
I think that's about it. We'll go ahead and tell you good people next week, of course, about the monthly Trash Pirates cleanup that'll happen the first week in March. But we want to keep it light today. So we're just clean out the month of February for you good people. So.
That's right. That's right.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Another President's Day in the wraps.
Another one of those President's Days. Yes. So, yes.
I think we'll end this. Okay, so thank you, Salties, for
have a great day.
For listening to us this week. And as always, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Never mind the socials.
Right.
On Facebook.
Craziness is happening on our Facebook. If you don't already follow us on Facebook, you should watch what's happening on Facebook right now because it just keeps going.
It just keeps going. We're here for it, but yeah, Bad Bunny got some good numbers last week, so we were pretty excited about it. So we will that's it. You guys have a great week and stay salty and sip often.
Bye, guys.